Hello there, welcome you all in the Physics Arena by Nitesh sir. Students, we have learned in the previous lectures a lots of things about the chapter work, energy and power. So today, with the help of this video lecture, we are going to discuss some new topics, some new phenomena and activities. So let's start with the topic. So students, now we are proceeding towards the next topic, that is the mass energy equivalence. What do you mean by the mass energy equivalence? As you all are aware, with the Einstein, a great scientist who have contributed a lots of things, a lots of theories in the field of science in physics. So here E is equals to, he have given a great experiment, that is E is equals to mc square, that is a mass energy equivalence or relationship between the energy and mass, when E is the energy obtained by a body when it is having mass m is completely converted into the energy while having the velocity of light like c is equals to 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. This equivalence relationship states that a body of mass small m will convert its whole energy equals to the energy when it moves with the speed of or the velocity of light. And as we are knowing that in this universe the velocity of the light is greatest, that is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So students, till now we have learned mass energy equivalence. Okay, so now we are proceeding towards the next topic, that is the power. What do you mean by the power? Right now we have learned about the energy. So already I have given you the idea that what is the basic difference between the energy and power. So energy is the capability to do a work, but where the time is not specified. But in case of power, the rate of doing work is said to be the power, and here the time is finite. Okay, so how we can define power? The rate of doing work, okay, by an agent. It may be any external agent or a machine is called power. Okay students, so how we can define power? A power is the rate of doing work. Rate of doing work means the change in the time. So we can write that the power is equals to work upon time. And students, as we are knowing that what the power is denoted by P, so it can be also written as W by T. Okay, so if instantaneous at a particular instant we are willing to calculate the power, so what we can write that the instantaneous power can be given as, instantaneous power means that the power at a certain instant can be given by P is equals to dW by dt. What do you mean by dW? dW means change in the work done with respect to the change in time. If we have calculated dW, and as we are knowing that, then when the work done is very small, then the displacement will be also small. So in this condition we can write that dW is equals to F into ds. Okay, where the work done is a product of the two vector quantities as the force and displacement, and it is a scalar product of two vector quantities. So from here what we can conclude that, with the help of this we can conclude that the power is equals to what? dW upon dt, as we are knowing that the power is equals to the rate of change of work done with respect to time, is equals to, we can write that dW is equals to F dot ds upon dt. And as we are knowing that displacement upon time, that ds upon dt is known as what it is known as? ds upon dt. Change in distance with respect to time is known as, change in displacement with respect to time is known as velocity. So if we are willing to make a relationship between the power and velocity, we can write that P is equals to F dot V. So this is the expression for power in the terms of velocity V. Okay students, we have calculated that the expression for power is equals to W by T or P is equals to F into V. So in order to calculate its dimension formula, how we can calculate its dimension formula? So dimension formula for power can be obtained as that the P is equals to W by T, where W is the work done. So W is equals to F into S, and F is equals to M L T to the power minus 2 is the dimension of F, and displacement for L, and here that is time T. So students, from here what we can conclude that M L to T to the power minus 2 upon T. So in this way what we can write that M L to the power 2 and T to the power minus 3 will be the dimensional formula for the power possessed by a body. Various units of the power having. What are the various units? So if we are willing to give the units of the power, so power can be given also in joule, as we are knowing that the energy unit is joule. So power can be also written as in watt and in kilowatt also. Start with the collision. How we can define the collision? So collision can be defined as it can be set up within the two molecules or within the two bodies when they are keep in contact. Okay students, so collision can be defined as when the two bodies come into the physical contact, or here I am going to give you a glance with the help of the definition. Collision between the two bodies. Collision, it can be also termed as the striking. Collision between two bodies. Collision between two bodies is said to occur when collision may occur. So here I am describing collision between the two bodies is said to occur when both the bodies either physically strike with each other, physically strikes to each other or if the path of one body what influence of the path of the other body. It means that whenever a body is moving, if any other bodies come into the path of that body, then there may be the probability of collision takes place. Or whenever the two bodies come in contact or physically strike with each other, then this phenomenon is said to be the collision. So what are the various examples of the collision? So the first example of the collision is that is a billiards ball, or you can also write also in our daily life, this is a billiards balls, or that is a carom coin. Okay students, billiards ball or carom coins or also two moving vehicles. Okay, so if the two vehicles moving in the same direction, or if the two vehicles are moving in such a way that they may interrupt the path of each other, they may collide physically to each other, so this phenomenon is said to be the collision. So what are the various collision? And as we are knowing that the state or the Shape and size can be also discussed of the matter, that is a solid, liquid and as well as gas, on the basis of the molecular arrangement. Okay students, so there also takes place the collisions. Okay, so now we are moving toward the next subcategory of the collisions. So types of the collision, there are the various types of collisions. Basically we are going to discuss about the two topics, that is a elastic collision and inelastic collision. So the types of collisions we are going to learn here. So what do you mean by the types of collision? Basically there are the two types of the collisions. There are two types of collisions. Two types of collision. First one is elastic collision. And the next one is inelastic collision. So students, what do you mean by the elastic collision and what do you mean by the inelastic condition? So one by one we will discuss that elastic and inelastic collision. So first of all we will discuss about the elastic collision. What do you mean by the elastic collision? So here I am writing elastic collision. Okay students, so in order to discuss about the elastic collision, a physical strike of the two bodies is said to be the elastic collision when the force of interaction between the two bodies are conservative in nature. It means that there is no change occurs during the collision or after the collision. So here in this condition the momentum as well as the energy remain conserved. Okay students, so what I have said here, a physical strike between the two bodies, a physical strike between the two bodies when force of interaction between them is conservative in nature, means the force of interaction during the collision is conservative in nature, is called elastic collision. Possessed by the body. So what this specific type of collision states, if the nature of the force is interactive, the nature of the force is conservative, which gives rise that no change in the momentum and no change in the kinetic energy. Okay students, so this also tells means on the basis of the nature of the force, this also tells no change in momentum and energy, no change in the momentum and energy can be carried out during this collision. It means that students, that is, we can also write that momentum, that is a linear momentum and energy will be conserved, no change will be conserved. Then such type of the collision It is called elastic collision. Elastic collision. Students, how we can discuss this single phenomena? So this can be understand with the help of the examples. As you are knowing that if you are having two small glass balls, so at that time whenever these two balls striking with each other, there is no change in their momentum as well as the amount of energy possessed by them. So such type of the collision depends upon the nature of the force, that the nature of the force is conservative, so there is no change in the momentum and no change in the energy takes place, then such type of the collision is said to be the elastic collision. Okay students, now we are proceeding toward the next portion, that is a inelastic collision. Inelastic collision. What do you mean by the inelastic collision? So inelastic collision states that a physical strike between the two bodies when the force of interaction between the two bodies are non-conservative in nature. Okay students, so a physical strike between the two bodies a physical strike between the two bodies when the force of interaction between them is non-conservative in nature. What does it mean? Non-conservative means that change in momentum and energy may take place during this collision, then such type of the collision is termed as the inelastic collision. It means that here the loss of energy takes place, then such type of the collision is said to be the elastic collision. Students, in one word, if you are willing to understand what is the basic difference between the elastic and inelastic collision, then we can say that a physical strike in which the energy is remain unchanged or conserved is said to be the elastic collision, whereas a physical strike in which there is a retardation or degradation of the energy takes place is said to be the inelastic collision.